Good morning. Today we would discuss on this topic negativity and evil. All around us we see that there is lot of negativity and also there is lot of evil. About evil, we all know that there are four kinds of people in this world. The first one, they do good to others without any return. The second, they do good because they get some benefit. The third kind of people, they do bad because of some benefit. They do evil things because of some benefit. And the fourth are the wonderful, most wonderful of all. They do evil things without any benefit. Selflessly, they do evil things. So, evil is a thing which we have to constantly face in the world. And every religious tradition, every faith tradition, every philosophical school, any person who has ever thought with the brain has been confounded with this whole concept or the whole phenomenon of evil. Evil is something which takes away much of our mind, and then comes negativity. There is so much negativity in this world. Some time back, I was asked to attend a seminar on teachers orientation. I went there, and these are the people who are working in different primary schools, like all the headmasters of different primary schools of Uttarakhand. There were 82 people, and from the beginning we made it a discussion, and I asked the problems and we were offering solutions, and not once people said, oh okay, we will try. I think only one person told, but all other people said that, oh no, ye aisa nahi hoga, this cannot be done, it is not possible here, what can you do? Everywhere you go, outside you go, in a particular institution, everywhere you see lot of negativity. You want to do something, they will say it will not be possible. Oh, you want to do this, it will never happen. Oh, you want to write a book, what do you know? Oh, tum to bacche ho, tumko kya pata? So much negativity in different forms and shapes and different expressions. Negativity, and this negativity mostly in India, it's because of jealousy. But jealousy is not present only in India, it is present elsewhere also. And elsewhere in the negativity is because of evil. People don't want good to happen. And the evil is also again because they have done evil things more and more. Swamiji says if a person does good actions more and more, he or she will kind of attract good actions. If a person does more and more evil actions, she will attract more and more evil things. That is why a person who is going into a bad path of life, they will constantly go on doing bad things, and a person who is doing good things will be constantly doing good things in spite of that person. Why? Because you have created a tendency to do good things, and a person who is evil is creating a tendency to do evil things. Now this is the problem, and all of us know that this is a problem. Now the question is how to encounter or how to handle this problem, how to deal with this problem. If someone were to say, okay, I will try to wipe away evil in this whole world, that is not going to happen. Sri Ramakrishna famously said that if this world would have brought you happiness, I would have covered Kamarpukur with gold. That is the place where he was born. But that is not going to happen. Swamiji said that this world is like the tail of a dog's tail. You can never straighten it. It's always going to be curly. It's going to curl up. So, what is the way out? Way out is only how we deal with the suffering, how we encounter evil at an individual level. At the collective level, we will never be able to wipe away evil and negativity. But if we know how to deal with negativity, not as a public relations technique, not as an etiquette or mannerism, but if we know how to deal it from a very deeper spiritual level, then that character will percolate to other people with whom we talk, with whom we have to deal in our everyday lives. So here the problem is how to deal with evil. So what are the different forms of problem? Nandini, how do you, what is your take on how do you face negativity and evil in your life?
Well, I think it's very difficult to enlist and say it like specifically, because nothing is like, good or bad like that, or evil people like that, that they're going to some place, if the place is good for tuition, but then they won't say that, no, it's very bad. Then I ask, why are you going? And then they're like, no, I'm going, but I'll soon leave. But then you find out that the teacher is really good. So it's always like that, and they don't. I'm like, for the last few months, I'm telling so many times to the other, like, people who are good in studies that let us group study and all. And they're like, what will happen? Why will we group study? Why are you doing always studying and like that? So it's like, if we study together, if we do something together, it will be good for all of us. But then they're like, they won't listen to it, like, and it's so stupid. And so one thing is this, and negativity is all around. Like this basic thing, jealousy is like everywhere. You see it everywhere, and so like even in the neighborhood, it's like that. Like people are jealous that some people have cars. People are jealous that I go to college mostly by the car and not by the private bus. Yeah. My friends keep on telling me, why do you come by car? You should be, using the private transport because you should be strong and this and that. But it's up to me, right? I decide it because I might be having problems in the private transport and like public sorry, something like that. So and it's like I don't know why the people are like this, and negativity nowadays, this is all the, I think it's really sad. The current political and everything issues are, when the lower class people who are working, the rickshaw walas, and how they're exploited. If you like, if you go and talk to them, it's really sad how the rich people still exploit them, and all the problems they are facing. These people who are really less income, and that's really sad when if you just go and interact with them. And it's like, several issues, like it's like the person who works in at my home, her husband used to beat her like anything every day, and after he has died, now the person with whom her daughter is married to, that guy also beats his wife also, and his mother-in-law also. So it's like the type of the means, there are so many problems with people saying, oh, it's very like pre-medieval countries, like it is a city. There are in the slums persons, like people who stay in the slums. It's like you can't even. Since I went there, some like close to here, and you can't. It's very bad. So that's one. And other than this, I faced is, the whatever goes on in women, you know, I've heard it 1,000 of and one time. Would be mathematics. It's only the so this kind of discussion is really, it's not really sad. It makes me really. What is this? Why is like we are in the 21st century?
Okay, so Shrubhaji, how do you, what are the experiences of evil which you can say that this is the type of experience of evil which I have faced?
Maharaj, of course, the most bitter experience is, I mean, apart from the professional jealousies and all these things which still I can handle, but for me, the most bitter experience is the attitude of the society in general towards me, because I'm single. I'm not married. And the most, it is so difficult for me to get a rented accommodation in a city like Delhi. You know, people, they are not willing to give a house on rent to me because I'm single, and a single woman is, God knows who all will be visiting her and why. I have to face, I mean, they have asked me questions like, why are you single now? That is none of your business. I see, I am a professional, and I am willing to, like, as long as I'm paying the rent and paying the maintenance for society, for the everything. Society means these are all society apartments, so that has a maintenance cost for everything. And so why, I mean, it's none of your business whether I'm married, I have a husband, I have children. But this is what I have faced, and I have, and the people here who, the landlords, the house owners, they are not uneducated slum dwellers. They are pretty much educated. They are highly educated.
So Jaideep, what are your experiences of evil or negativity?
What I think is negativity, it all depends upon your perception, because you cannot change the other person. It is up to you whether you want to simply ignore it or hold on to it and let it dominate you. And I think to reduce negativity, you should forgive and forget. That is a good way. Because if you like keep on lingering on to any incident which you feel offended you, so you are just giving tough time to yourself, because the other person is back to his normal life and he has moved on. So it is just within your head and you are like bothering yourself, nothing else.
Now, what are some experiences of negativity which you faced in your life, or evil, or which you face in your life?
Negativity and evil, there are no such any specific like instances where I've faced this thing.
Oh.
And
But in general, you may be getting some negative thoughts or negative feelings, not in your mind, means from outside.
yeah, sometimes I do get negative vibes when I'm in office, when I see my friends cribbing. They're like, what is this with what we are doing? This is not good quality work and we are wasting our time. So when I hear it quite often, so even I feel a bit down or depressed. Yes, to some extent they are right.
So that negativity percolates to you also.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay.
If you stay with negative people, so sometimes it's bound to get.
So here we come to a very important part of the problem, that is that negativity we see externally, but also negativity is there within us. That is also true. Now, if we were completely beyond negativity or evil, it would be safe to say that we would also not see evil and negativity. We see evil and negativity because maybe there is some, maybe not so much as we see, but there is some amount of evil and negativity within us. Having said that, a person may be very saintly, but that person sees a murder. So how can you say that this person has negativity inside? Because this person is such a great person, does not do anything wrong, or does not go anything, do anything for one's own selfish interest. But that person did see a negative action. So that is where we can say that yes, there is an external evil, there is an external negativity. But how we face that or how we handle it becomes altogether different if we are completely free from negativity or evil ourselves. If we are also having tendencies towards evil doing or negative tendencies, then our handling of that, whatever negativity or evil we face, will be completely different. We will also somebody does something evil to us, we will also give back in their own coin. Or somebody is talking negative of me, I will also talk negative of that person. That is what happens most of the time. The reason is because I am not content in my mind. I am not content in myself. So somebody is giving me suffering, I have to also give that person suffering. So this is very important that we cultivate the opposite of negativity and evil in ourselves, so that we do not have any difficulty in handling a person who is evil or negative. So the best way to handle it is by ignoring. What do you do when there is some evil is perpetrated on somebody? You just go and try to help that person unselfishly, who is bearing the brunt of evil. You try to help that person, but do it unselfishly, and simply ignore the person who is committing evil. You restrain the person. Suppose somebody is beating other person, you go and restrain the person, but at the same time try to prevent that person from doing any evil. Protect the person, who try to help the person who is what you call creating problem, or protect the person who is suffering. But do all these with a calm mind, without getting agitated or something. That is the secret. Now, it is all very good to tell, but it is very difficult to practice. But that is the secret, because most of the time we suffer because of evil. Now, if you suffer because of evil, that will not help you. That is not going to give you anything. That is only going to create the sense of evil or the suffering of evil all the more. And the next time you come across evil, it will be all the more difficult for you. Shubhadeep?
Yes, Maharaj.
So how do you come across evil?
So I see so much of corruption around us. That is I think, the biggest evil that I see. Then, of course, caste discrimination. The discriminations of various kind. Then, domestic violence against women, and so and exploitation of workers all around us. So these are some of the many a time we come across stories through the newspapers also, and through our day-to-day interactions also. So they definitely mm, we get we feel concerned about it, but then do not know exactly what is to be done, because either so in India, that is the chalta hai attitude is very common. So we cast and in indifferent tea. So because we do not have any solution to it, and the other possibility is to just go and protest and, now and then. But how should we handle it? That is the reason I asked this question. Either one side we just stay ignorant about it. What can we do? And the other possibilities, if we start fighting against it, then many a times we also see what is the condition of the people, those who are raising their voices. They are simply murdered and killed and thrown away into the garbage. So many RTI activists have been killed every now and then, whistleblowers. So it's very difficult actually. So in today's times, given the kind of political scenario that we are living in, the law and order, everything is tend to be biased. So if you fight for truth, for righteousness, then it means you're bound to be very alone, and lot of people will be criticizing you, and there's all sorts of things. So that is the reason most of the people then go for the other option. That is, what can we do? Like chalta hai. Hmm.
The best way, as I told you, uh, is to fight. Not fight, but to respond. I will not use the word fight. Suppose you are seeing corruption somewhere. So
Right.
report it, but do everything in a selfless manner, and also in a manner in which you don't get agitated at all. You don't get agitated at all. Swamiji says in one place, all the power of goodness against all the power of evil. Now, chalta hai attitude is the reason why things have come to such a sorry state of affairs.
Right.
That cannot be done. So you simply respond. You simply respond to the situation. We have a lot of tools like RTI, media, etc. And if in that thing you have to give up the life better, I mean, what good is this life if it is of no use to anybody,
That's
including
true.
yourself?
That is
So
true.
the response has to be there. Why people don't do is because they are so afraid of losing their body, they are afraid of losing their lives, and they are mortally afraid of so many other things. That is why. So fear is coming out of ignorance, and it is not going to help you or anybody else in any way. So the best thing is to just respond, but you don't get agitated. You respond because that is what you should do. That is the righteous thing to do,
Right.
and that, you see, greatness does not come in crowds. You were talking about how you become lonely or alone. Yes, you are always alone. If you have to do something right, you have to be alone. Alone only you are going to struggle. Let it be spiritual life or anything.
Hmm.
You will be alone.
But if you respond, then means you have to be ready to face the consequences also.
If you respond selflessly, then not you will not have any problem at all. If you respond selflessly, you see, even when you respond, you don't actually think it is maybe a bit difficult to understand. So I see that a person is corrupt. Okay, I respond by reporting that person to higher ups, higher ups, higher ups, and all that, and also by making a big thing in the media, and by putting RTI. You do everything together. See, you have to respond, but you have to respond intelligently. Nobody tells that you keep your brains safely and then you respond. So you have to do everything intelligently. So usually in such cases, you have to respond from all sides. Respond in such a manner that the person has no option. Okay. So you people generally do one after the other. That doesn't work. So you have some problem create some hullabaloo in the media, create this RTA application, put a lawsuit, catch the person from all sides, so that the person, just like in chess, you cannot move anywhere, and so the person will be forced to answer. Make the person answerable. Okay. So that is how you respond. But at the same time, don't expect that the person will become answerable. So it may come as a paradox or a contradictory statement, but that's how you should work. And if you do that, maybe you are hated, or mostly you will be hated by everyone near you. And
That,
also, mostly, you see, even if it becomes successful, people will hate you because you are becoming popular or you are becoming stronger. If it becomes unsuccessful, also people will hate you because you are creating these problems to other people. So people will anyway hate you. See, everybody sees their own convenience. What am I doing? Why should I work? I should not be work. I should not be working at all. I should live a life of comfort. I should get everything when I want. Everyone sees the world from their own eyes. Okay, their own perspective. And so every other person is bad in this world. Nobody sees as the other person is good. Nobody sees that.
Right.
You may say that, okay, this person is manageable, this person is unmanageable, this person is tolerable, this person is intolerable. But nobody will say. You see, that is why we have so much problem appreciating people. Because we can't see the good things. That is also another root cause of negativity. You can't see goodness in others. Because you see goodness only in yourself. You don't see goodness in others. So, if you see that a person has got some problem, respond. And also respond in a healthy manner. A corrupt official is corrupt. Why? Why is he corrupt? What is the psychology of that person's becoming corrupt? So now the thing is very simple. Even if a person has to become honest, it is very difficult for a person to be honest. So people go to the path of least resistance. They say, okay, every system is corrupt, so let me also be just like, I don't want to take more. I will just take what everybody takes and I will be happy. So you see, the system compels a person to become corrupt. So there are so many well-meaning officers who don't want to be corrupt, but because they just want to not go into resistance. So you should see that part also. We cannot simply say that this person is bad. A person, everyone wants to become good. But what is it? So you handle that person even psychologically. You pose this challenge to that person. Why you want to become good? Why are you not becoming good? And even by law, everywhere you have to surround that person with different kinds of challenges. And it is true that if it is real estate you are dealing in, if it is what you call great money transactions you are dealing in, you are maybe talking about scams, etc. It is true that mostly you may be killed. But okay, good. At least that life was useful for something. How many can even say that? Most of us, we live a life where we earn our livelihood and we don't attain anything. That's all. So if you can give one life for some cause, may not be even, that cause may not be fulfilled. It may be an unfulfilled cause. Even then, it is worth it. जयदीप जी आपका क्या कहना है इस पर?
I agree with you, sir.
I agree with him. He agrees with me. Path of least resistance.
Like Maharaj means if you go to village, suppose you want to do good to some like you want to open a school or do something, but you have to fight. I mean, so much of like these other groups, anti groups will be there. So those who do not want you to do good.
So the best thing is, there is another one way is to, you see, there is something called being a change agent. Secret is that you do all the work and let all other people near you think that they are doing the work. So you do something good, and in the village a person who is totally lazy, not doing nothing, make all these people something, and they will all get that prestige. Oh, I am the person of the school, and you know that you are the person who is doing the work, but everybody will get credit for that. Good. You see, that comes only when you work selflessly. Everybody wants name and fame. So when you want to start something, they will not allow. But just persistence. Just start and do it. And then when the thing comes up nicely, everybody will want to take credit. Give them the credit. You do the work, let everyone take the credit. And mostly this works. This model works. So everyone is happy because they are getting credit out of that. People are going and respecting them. Oh, आप ये school चला रहे हो, and you know that who is actually managing the school. That needs tremendous rootedness in oneself. If you are even a bit insecure, you cannot do this.
Right.
Shruba ji, आपके सो गए?
Yes, I'm listening to you. नहीं, सोया नहीं बिल्कुल, but I was just wondering that how much inner strength we need to do this. But how to cultivate this strength? Please tell us about that.
That is by practice. That you have heard so much. By practicing, by constantly reminding yourself that you are God's child or that you are not this body and mind, by practicing that, and also by controlling your mind and senses. So, a person can come to a state where people can do anything to that person and it doesn't really matter. Maximum what people will do, they will kill you or torture you or they will torture your relatives, etc. So sometimes it is good to be tortured by other people. No, always you are only torturing your relatives. Let other people also torture. What? So much silence? Hello?
Your voice is breaking.
I said that maximum what can people do? Either they can kill you or they can torture you or they can torture your relatives. But it is good that at least your relatives will get a different kind of torture, no? Instead of getting tortured by you only. I, it is difficult, I understand, but it is possible. It is not impossible.
But there are so many evils. We cannot respond to each and everything. So
I
No,
want
there are
to say
certain evils
something.
you should not respond to. You should ignore most of the evils. Like, for example, there are so many people, slander, for example. People will go on telling so many things about you. They will constantly tell so many things. They will spread rumors about you. They will try to badmouth you. All these things they will do. But you should be simply not responding to these things. You should know what to respond to and what not to respond to. That is the point. Somebody comes and scolds you, you simply keep quiet. And one more thing is, most of the people, almost all the people who will do that, will be doing it from an angle of good. They will portray themselves as very holy and very good, and you are the only villain in the whole piece. And they are very great. Let them do it, but don't respond for that, to that. Respond when something, as a thumb rule, respond only when somebody else is getting affected, not when you are getting affected.
I'm saying normally we do the other way. That is when we something goes wrong with us, then only we respond. But something goes wrong with the other person, we keep quiet.
Yeah, that is the problem. So that is what I'm saying. You respond when something is being done wrongly, some harm is being done to the other people. And do whatever you have to do. You want to do something good, do it. And people will constantly try to put impediments in your path, simply ignore them. And certain impediments will be stopping your work. So don't give up. Just keep on trying again and again and again and again. Someday it definitely will happen. It has to happen. You see, the force of your will not go waste. It has to happen. But never try to respond to any harm caused to you in person. People may tell something, people may respond to you, etc. That is, may take revenge. So many things they may do.
Right.
Ignore. So it needs a strong mind, otherwise it is not possible to do.
Right. We have to face a lot of witch hunting.
Witch hunting and everything. And finally what happens is these people get tired and they give up. Because they don't have so much, they will not have so much of strength of character, and because if they had, they would not have done these things. So they don't have strength of character or willpower. So they will finally give up. And when they give up, again, it is a challenge not to hate them. You know that a person has been behind you for like whole life. But even then, can you not hate that person? Can you be without hating that person? Can you love that person? If you can, then you have understood the secret.
Very difficult.
That person will come and tell you that why are you so good? It happens. It is not something imaginary. It is very much possible. It happens all the time. So you have to just constantly persevere. Nobody will help you if you want to do a good thing. If you
Right.
want to do something bad, there will be 10 people, 15 people to help you. For good decisions, you hardly get any help.
Right.
So that you have to understand. Okay. You throw a party, there will be so many people. You just say, as Nandini was telling, we want to do group study. There will be less people. You say something, you say that we will have a meditation session. There will be almost nobody, probably. So that is. Okay, why are
Maharaj, when
all of you why are
when
so
there is
silent?
a spiritual retreat, everyone comes now.
Everyone comes.
So many people come. You can't say like
So many. In
because
Kanpur,
you
Shubhadeep, how many people are there in Kanpur?
6,000.
And when you sent the notice, how many people actually responded? 20.
13, 14.
30 to 40 people. So 6,000. See the percentage.
I'm saying 13 or 14.
13 or 14. My God. So see the percentage. How much percentage? So many people responded.
that also they come because of you, Maharaj.
Huh?
Come because of you. Hello, I cannot hear anything.
Like,
Hello, is my voice also picking on the other end?
Yes, there is too much problem this time today. I can't hear Maharaj.
yeah, so the negativity begins with the internet connection.
Okay, what do we do? How can we think positively about it?
How,
So this is
how to
0.22 percentage. 0.22
but
percentage.
right.
So that much 0.22 is what? 0.2 percentage is nothing. It's not even 1%. So with that kind of support, what can you do?
And out of 13, 14 people, those who responded, eventually only 5 or 6 people finally turned up.
Also, out of 5 and 6 who came, how many were actually sincere, like sincere?
Uh,
The purpose of many people was different. So not everybody came for spiritual retreat.
right.
People had different motives. So if you zero in, then you will see that maybe one person was like sincerely sincere. So that's what. So it is difficult. So it does not even come to 0.1%. It is so difficult.
When I filed for a passport in 2012, they were asking for a bribe. And because we didn't pay the bribe, I got my passport being all the handshakes, that and everything. Means I started many of them simultaneously, but then anyways. So I got my passport last year. So after something like it in January and then I received in 2014 December for not paying the 1,000 rupees bribe. So
But there is some
can't
Tatkal
actually
scheme
do that.
also, isn't it?
There is some.
Yes.
Tatkal scheme for that.
But whenever the
Even in
inspector will visit you, you have to give him bribe. That is the usual norm.
Even in the Tatkal scheme, you have to, like, the police are taking, right? So it's they will say that you are born in, like, as in my mother's case, mother also filed it in, like, at the same time as me. Yet she didn't receive it, and It's like they're telling that the police are telling that the hospital, nursing home in which you were born, if they're not telling that you were born there and blah blah blah, so you are not a citizen of this country. Yes, they mailed it. Like the RTI people also mailed it to my mother that the police are telling that you are not the the citizen of this country and blah blah blah. And so my mother's like, what? Like she doesn't have the voter card, but then like I don't know, like just because she's staying in Kolkata now, and but she was born in Malda, and the Malda hospital they're telling that she was not born here, and so this it's like so. What could I say? Anyways,
So yeah, passport I also means everywhere. That is, you cannot get without, like, that is very difficult.
So what
Whenever
is the way out in this? You have to wait, that's all.
and after even see my passport, and they send a mail that you have received your passport, why will you be against the against that delay of, like you that you didn't receive it? Like we sent it before receiving, but then they said that why are you complaining because you have already received it? So it's so stupid.
supposed to live in 90 days in the normal scenario.
I'm asking how can you encounter evil and negativity? Shruba, I'm asking this to Shruba.
Okay. This time I can. As you have said that we need to inculcate positive attitude in ourselves. Only then we will be able to change our perspective. I think that is the beginning.
Okay. Okay, so is there anything else on this topic we have to discuss right now?
So I find the most powerful thing in this entire world is the thought. So it's not the person who is doing it, but it is the thought that is making him do either good or bad, whatever. So, and it is very difficult to change anyone's thought. So for that, what is required is a strong head and basically strong, good conditioning right from childhood. So then only I think the thought process will change. Otherwise, it's very difficult if somebody has like grown up with a very negative perspective of the society and all. So then he's bound to do good. Bound to be like that. He's bound to be like have a more evil tendencies. So it's all about the preconditioning, the thought process that we live in most of our life.
Mm. Okay, so it all comes down to your thought, what you think. So you would not be able to change the thought patterns of other people, but by your own positive thinking and your own goodness, we can gradually and probably eventually influence other people. And what we can definitely do is to better the way in which we handle evil or negativity whenever we see or whenever we are part of that. So that is the take home message, as we say, of this, that whatever good is there, let us all bring those forces together, and whatever evil is there, let us ignore. And when the evil is perpetrated on somebody else, then you respond to that, and then do it in an unselfish manner. Don't expect the result of your response to be positive, or don't expect it to give any results at all. And similarly with negative thinking, that you have this positive attitude and you just maintain that attitude, and you keep on doing whatever you're doing. So most of the times we will see that we don't even need to respond to what negative thoughts are coming or feelings are coming, and also evil actions, because most of them are done on us. And then there is another thing, if there is something good you are doing, then try to involve everyone, let others also take credit in that. So by that you also understand why the other person is being evil, what is the psychology of that action, and then that also can help in getting rid of evil or negativity. Okay, thank you all of you for this discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you.